y'all? This is Omar Tyree, the old head with the great beard and no fear up in here. And I'm down in the studio in Columbia, South Carolina with my man. This is Brian B. Moore. This dude is a mix man. He's a producer. He's an engineer. He's doing everything. And I've been working on my album, Check the Time, down here for the last 3 months. And I love this setting over here because it's just me and Brian. He got his own little studio in his own crib, so I don't have to worry about people coming in and out and security and a bunch of dudes coming in smoking, drinking, and all that kind of stuff. It's just me and him. We get the work done, and we're working on some new tracks today. This track is not actually on the album. I worked on a track called Courage. I got a cat named Owen Ratcliffe who's putting together a movie. Y'all want to Google this. It's called Black Salt. Salt like pepper and salt. And it's Black Salt. It's a martial arts, black martial arts movie. And I wanted to get on the soundtrack, so I created this song to get on the soundtrack. And so this is the song that we've been working on called Courage this morning. But I got other tracks that we're going to work on. But Brian, now, interesting story. This is all about art and hustle. Brian had an accident. He was a daggone football player, man, top-notch football player in South Carolina. And so now he calls himself, you know, the one-hand producer. And you're going to hear that on my album because he gave me a couple of tracks on the album. Yeah. And so I just want Brian to talk about that accident and how it didn't stop his hustle. He's still doing his thing. So you'll talk to him a little bit, Brian, about that whole deal.
Yeah, man. 2007, I had this car accident. I hit a mud patch, ran off the road, lost control of my vehicle. I was paralyzed from my chest down. So all the way from my chest down, I'm paralyzed. But also I got what's called a brachial plexus injury. So that leaves me with only use of one hand. I only have full use of this one hand. So, after my accident, it was tough, because my life was all football. Mm-hmm. Football. And, when I got to the point where I was strong enough mentally and spiritually, the Lord blessed me with my wife. Right. And she was doing music, and I was like, I love music, but you can't do your own music. And then I started reading and finding stuff, so I said, okay, I'm just gonna buy me a computer and buy Pro Tools and learn.
So you telling me, wait a minute, you telling me you didn't deal with music at all? Like you didn't have no equipment, none of that?
I had no equipment.
Until you met your wife?
So I met my wife, man, yeah.
And then you learned all them skills after that?
Learned all my skills, yeah, since
so
2012.
How many years you talking about?
It's been since 2012.
2012. Hey, whoa, that's only 4 years.
4 years, man.
You learned all this stuff in 4... Yo, as I'm talking about, he knows this equipment, dude, for about 4 years, and you did all that with one hand.
One hand, man.
This is what I'm talking about, art and hustle. Y'all don't understand what this is. When people talking about me being driven and gung-ho and all, dude, one hand, he knows this equipment. Y'all gonna hear this stuff. Then we working on this track this morning, and we're going to finish up this one track, get on some other ones. But that's the type of stories I want to bring to y'all each and every week while I'm putting together this Check the Time album. Because there's geniuses, black geniuses doing that thing all over the place. And now, if Brian can do all that with one hand,
yes,
right now, what's your excuse when you got everything? You know what I mean? So that's exactly what I want to bring together week after week after week when I talk about art and hustle. It's not just me, it's the people I work with because they're artists and they hustle too. We all got to make a living out here and everybody don't do them 9 to 5. You got to figure out some skills that you have that you can make work for you and have other people value those skills where they want to pay you. And so I've been giving, Brian the cake, man. He's doing what he needs to do. Yeah. And he's saved me a lot of money because I know other guys that got studios who would charge me this much and Brian charged me this much because he don't have to deal with security. He's not paying for a building because I got guys that paying for buildings, so they got to increase. And I understand that business. They got to pay for the building, so they got to increase the prices that they charge everybody to come in there. Then they got security cameras and all that, so everything pushes the price up for what they have to charge you for their services. With Brian, you won't get in here unless he vouch for you to come in here because this is his own little private setting. So if he don't like you, you ain't even getting in here. You know what I mean? So that's cool. He got his own security where he said, I don't want to deal with them dudes at all. I don't need that money. And so that's the best security where you don't even let them in the place.
There you go.
So that's a good thing. We're going to get back to work, but that's the kind of things I want to bring y'all my interviews each and every week. And I want to show y'all some of the other stuff while I'm talking. Let me go ahead and get up and show y'all this. This part right here is the studio. Where I step in this little lab, he got a little light here. Let me get this light. So this part here is where we step on in and I do the recording in here. So this recording, it's a closet that he then turned into the actual, recording booth. And I've seen a lot of people do that. My little brother Melvin Austin in Philly, he has a closet where you shut the closet in his basement and you go in there and record because you want a closed setting, to do the recording. And so I do recording in here, and we've been getting it on, man. I'm serious. The old head with the gray beard and no fear up in here, bringing y'all the music and the hustle. I can't stop, won't stop, but don't ever stop. So we're going to get back to work. I'm going to let y'all hear some of it later on. And as I promised y'all, we're going to let y'all hear a little bit of this song called Courage, as we mixing this thing down and putting it together. All right, so Brian, let's just go ahead and give him a touch of this, man.
All right.
Courage is defined as that special attribute in men and women that allows them to push their way through extreme fears and execute honorable acts of bravery and valor. So the question now becomes, how courageous are you? I'm coming for y'all. I'm coming. So get the word out, cause I'm coming for y'all. I'm coming. It's about to go down, and I'm coming for y'all. I'm coming. Who about to get murdered when I'm coming for y'all? Okay, I got 19 tracks on this album. I got some spoken word on it, and that's what we got to work on now. And the song we was just working on before then, that was a song for a soundtrack. Again, Black Salt from my boy Owen Ratcliffe out there in California. It's a black martial arts joint. But this joint right here is called The Jungle, where this is going to be on my Check the Time album. And The Jungle is a song where I basically talk about Africa in the ancient times, then I talk about the slave trade, then I talk about civil rights. It's a spoken word joint, but it got that slickness like hip hop, and it got them drums like Africa. So this is going to be on the album, and so we're going to give y'all a piece of this one, and then keep it moving. Let's hear a piece of that one, Brian. In case y'all try to forget, I wrote this one to remind y'all. And I write all my lyrics, so don't stop thinking somebody writing for me. We are the people who came from the jungle, had to learn how to rumble, survive through the struggle. We're still in a tug of war, ain't nothing changed. Used to have the shackles on our bodies, now the shackles on our brains. We are the people who came from the jungle, had to learn how to rumble, survive through the struggle. We're still in a tug of war, ain't nothing changed. Used to have the shackles on our bodies, now the shackles on our brains. Back in the days when the planet was all black, the first humans came from the east, and that's a fact.